All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday, August 6th at 3:04 p.m. Calling to order the meeting of the 911 Services Enterprise. Welcome and appreciate, as always, everyone being here. First up on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from July 23rd. Has everybody had a chance to review? Any questions, comments, issues with the minutes? If not, we'll take a motion.
I'll move
Motion to
approve the
approve
minute.
oh, go ahead.
I'll move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Thank you, Andrew and Lynn. No further comments, questions, concerns? Then by proclamation, we will adopt and approve our July 23rd minutes. All right, next is our public comments. Public comments are limited to up to 15 minutes total, and each member of the public may speak for up to 3 minutes on any topic relevant to the purposes of the enterprise. If any member of the public would like to speak, please indicate so now by raising your hand in Zoom to be called upon. After we address any raised hands in Zoom, we will then call for any additional comments from members of the public who may have dialed in or are unable to raise their hands in Zoom. Seeing no raised hands, are there any members of the public who wish to speak who are unable to raise their hands? You may unmute and state your name to be called upon. Hearing and seeing none, public comment is closed. All right. Next up, it was going to be our appointment of Budget Development Committee. I want to approach this with you guys essentially for at least for the 2025 year. We've already done that. Thanks to Lynn spearheading it, I feel like we've done that for 2025 as a committee of the whole in our regular meetings. We have our budget, we set our rate, we notified the state, PUC proceedings are open. I don't know that there is a need to appoint a budget development committee for 2025. Am I wrong in that? All right, silence is golden. I am interested. One of the things, Kirsten, if you have details in the budget committee and any committee really, that we were to create ad hoc, our options and what that would look like as far as having a committee.
Sure. Yes. We do have a concrete answer on that. So committees are okay, but they do have to publicly notice their meetings. So it would be just like having this meeting. They would be able to meet in smaller numbers, obviously, but no executive session. So no sharing of confidential information. Anything discussed that required executive session, which I'm not sure what that would be for this, but would have to happen in a regularly scheduled meeting of the entire board.
Makes sense. Thank you very much for that. Anybody, any other questions, comments? Feel I'm wrong? Yes, Matt. You have gone off mute and your lips are moving, but I'm hearing nothing. Still no. Standing by.
While we're waiting for Matt to sort out his technical difficulties, I just wanted to say, Kirsten, I like your haircut.
Oh, thank you. It's actually just pulled back.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can you hear me now?
There you are.
Okay. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Huh. Who can be on such committees? Is there a limitation?
No.
Okay. Not necessarily a board member or board members only.
Oh, okay.
Thinking that these are advisory committees, right? They're not
Right.
making decisions, they're making recommendations.
Yes.
Matt, I think you're hijacking my computer because I wrote a note to myself to bring up in a couple months the option to have like a 911 rep join us from another, from an agency or an authority.
Demented minds think alike.
I am sending a chat to someone right now to see if he has a quick answer for that.
Mhm.
Um,
There might be some 911 stakeholders or other folks with significant experience that might be of benefit to the board in terms of the committee developing recommendations.
my initial thought is that yes, that should be fine. Because I mean, just like a board meeting, you can invite people from the public to come in, to join, to do presentations, things like that. Or, to make public comment or share. So I would assume, yes, that's fine, but we will wait and see if I get a quick response here. And if not, I will have to get back to you.
Very good. Thank you.
And I guess I have one question too then, as far as work with, any work we would need to do to involve on the budget side or anything, DORA personnel, we could just do that the same way, assuming we have, the agreement in place and everything to that. We could do that the same way we work with Daryl and the PUC and just have them involved in the conversations and everything as we need.
Yes. Or if they're not able to do that, you can have a representative reach out and then come back to the committee with whatever they learn.
Okay.
I have a quick question for clarification, maybe for me. Now, obviously, the Budget Development Committee helps to develop the budget. Would they also be reviewing budget requests or, to help develop the budget? Or would that come down to kind of what we're asking the Resource Center to help with? Or does that come down to us as a board?
I don't know. I'm
That's
curious.
probably a question for Michael or
The
Matt.
the way I envision it, we can create ad hoc committees. I think what I would prefer seeing is this board as a whole be involved in that level, in the priority setting, in the project setting. And I think we would take recommendations out of the budget development committee. But I think at that focus, that level, I would prefer to do that kind of as a group of the board.
Sure, that makes sense.
I would agree with that. And I certainly think it would be appropriate for board members to, through appropriate channels, indicate their preferences to the committee, even if they're not on the committee, say due to time constraints or whatever reason that they're not involved in the committee.
Well, Kristen, we can't have, and I apologize if you said this and I just misheard or something. We can't have more than 2 board members on the committee, right? Or it becomes a quorum of the board.
So you can have more than 2 board members on the committee as long as it's an openly noticed meeting.
Okay.
And limited to that purpose and discussion.
Yeah, no action or decision
Got it. Okay.
of the board.
Perfect.
All right. Then this may be a relatively short meeting. With that, we get into board comments. I'll start with Kirsten or Daryl. Were you able to find anything as far as state contract forms, template language, vehicles?
Yes, and I apologize. I have been having Outlook issues, so it's possible that you will receive multiple emails from me saying the same thing or no emails. We believe it's worked out as of this afternoon, but yes, so I am working with a contract attorney from our office who actually worked on several contracts for 988, including the one that you sent as a possible template. So we are going through that and just trying to break it down to bare bones so we're able to make it our own, to use it for anything else in the future.
Excellent, thank you. Other board members?
Quickly, I did just get an answer from my supervisor, and he agrees that, yeah, there shouldn't be an issue having other people on the committee as long as there are no votes being made. So we should be good there.
Excellent, thank you. Daryl, your hand was up next.
Yes, I just wanted to share some information that I think could be useful to the board. The governor this afternoon issued an executive order calling for a special session, which I think most people knew was coming. August 21st is when the special session occurs, and they will be looking at potential budget cuts to respond to the federal budget cuts that are affecting state funding. So I just want everyone to be aware of that. I will be watching to see if any bills come up that might affect the enterprise and relay that information to you.
Excellent, and yeah, please let us know as soon as anything is known. We can, of course, try and call a special meeting if we need to discuss anything with you, our legislative rep, anybody.
Yep.
Thank you.
And the other information I wanted to provide was, I remember, the memo declaring the 3-cent 911 services enterprise fee has been filed in the 911 rate proceeding. So it is in the commission's record now.
Excellent, thank you. Amy.
Well, I don't know if it makes kind of my question redundant, but it seems like we're, and I could be wrong, at a kind of holding pattern a little bit. So I didn't know if people were open to maybe going to monthly meetings or if we still want to stick with every 2 weeks. So that's my question for you as chair.
It was one of the questions I was going to ask you guys when we got to the next meeting. So our next scheduled meeting would be Wednesday the 20th. But as you said, we're kind of at a good place where we're not needing to cram a lot of work into a short amount of time. So do we want to now make this a monthly and wait until September 3rd? And I would say that, at least for me, the big work still to be done is ironing out our project priorities. Yes, Matt.
That was going to be my question, Michael, is what is left on your list of first year tasks? Any other policies that need to be drafted and ironed out and adopted? I think I seem to remember there was one more that had been talked about. I don't know if we decided to forego that.
We discussed document retention, but I think we were just going to use the state policy and not develop our own. So then there was going to be a fund request policy, which I think we can do hand in hand, and as part of our project priority development is, what are we developing, what are we prioritizing, how are we going to decide how that gets dispersed. And I think that's where that fund request policy comes into play. So those are the two things I have, is that program priority setting and the fund request policy. Other than that, there is, from the contract side, what, if any, contractor MOU needs to be handled with DORA, and then a contract most likely with the 911 Resource Center.
Doesn't sound like there's an issue with going to monthly meetings.
I would concur. Lynn?
So, just a quick question, Daryl, can you remind me, when is the, in the proceeding, is the item on the commissioner's agenda for vote?
So it was on the agenda last week to open it, and it will be, they have to issue a final decision before the end of September because the statute requires the 911 surcharge to be set by October 1st.
So would it be most appropriate to wait until that decision to start working with the DORA budget people on how they're setting, understanding how they're setting up and what account the money's going into and that sort of thing, so we understand how the financial, so I can understand how the financial piece works from the fee that's coming in and how we manage that.
No, I don't think we need to wait until the end of September or until the proceeding is
Okay.
completed, because you guys have set, the enterprise board has set the enterprise fee. They're
Okay.
not asking for permission. They're just letting
Yeah.
the commission know. So I can, if you want, I can get some information for you about how that's going to work. It will be very similar to how we manage the 988 and telecom relay service.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's-
that would be great.
So at the very least, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're going to be
Right.
using the same process as we use for other funds.
Okay.
Matt?
There may be some wisdom in the idea that the sooner we decide on more granular uses for the funding in the budget, the better. With respect to ensuring that that funding goes towards 911 uses.
So is that a call for keeping the August 20th meeting?
Not necessarily. I think what made me think about it was the question about waiting on some things. And I thought, I don't know that we want to wait.
Daryl, do you think you might have some information right off the bat on the, I'm assuming you won't, but on the 21st regarding the special session? Or do we, I didn't even know, I knew it was probably coming, but I don't know how long typically a special session lasts.
I don't know how long they typically last either. There haven't been very
Okay.
many of them since I've been working for the state. But all I can say is I'll keep my ear to the ground, and I will probably find out, it's not guaranteed, but I will probably find out if there are any bills that would affect you guys fairly soon. So I would pass that on as soon as I find out, but I can't say when that would be or if there will be any bills. Hopefully there won't be.
So depending on that, of course, do we want to, if that's going to be the 21st where they're opening that session, I don't have any experience with it either. So my thought is there's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of compromising, a lot of horse trading. There's probably not going to be a lot done super quickly, especially with the shortfall the state's looking at. Is September 3rd, that's almost 2 weeks after. Is that a decent timeline? Do we want to try look at the calendar and set maybe August 27th as our next meeting, giving a week into it to see what comes up?
Either would work for me. I think we probably I don't obviously have experience with it either, but the 3rd maybe would give us more of an opportunity to have a little bit more information than we might have on the 27th.
Matt, Lynn, Andrew, what say you? We good with scheduling our next official meeting as a September 3rd?
That's
I'm
Go ahead, Lynn.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was I on mute. I'm good with that.
Either is okay with me. I would say that my preference would be that we act in good faith with our planned budget and forge ahead with that without waiting on seeing what comes out of the special session. Certainly pay attention to it.
Agreed. I agree with you. I think we're not waiting for the special session. We're just giving ourselves the option to see what comes of it as we are moving forward with our own budget and priorities and projects. All right, well then our next meeting will be September 3rd at 3 p.m. With the major agenda item being our project priority setting. All right, anything else for the good of the order before we conclude? Then I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Matt.
Seconded.
Thank you. All right, we are concluded at 3:26. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
See ya.
Take care, everyone.